Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons systems online. All functioning systems nominal.
Hello once again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Amazing Life Show, and I'm Mezame, of course. And this is a very interesting episode because we're gonna do a little bit of a reaction style kind of live stream. So I'm gonna actually have Emily join me later on. But this is purely experimental, so anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So this is gonna be really awesome. Yeah, Zig, this is Phase 1 uniform. Yeah, this is my Phase 1 t-shirt. I've heard it for like I think 3 years now, I think. So as I was saying earlier, I think it is important that I do a little bit of a chat show episode on what I think are great about our upcoming update with regards to Capture 120. Now, of course, Capture 120 has been around for quite some time now, since last December, I think. But there are some incremental updates that will improve the way of life with regards to, or rather, the quality of life with regards to the usage of Capture 120. Now, of course, as always, I am dual streaming. I'm streaming to both Facebook and Twitch. If you have any questions or if you have any thoughts you want to share with us, you can just type it out in the chat box. If on Facebook or on Twitch. So so anyway, like I said, today is gonna be a little bit interesting because I'm actually gonna base off the reaction of Emily and myself on David Grover and Alexander Fleming's video, which is already on YouTube. Now, some of you guys probably have seen it, some of you guys maybe have not. So we're gonna like make this like a exposure kind of thing, and at the same time react to it, because there are a lot of new features. I've been seeing them around, flying around on Facebook and Twitter, and I know that it's causing quite a stir among the photography community. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably want to hear from it or want to find out more, and you probably haven't seen it because this is, I don't know lah. Some people may be too busy to watch it or something like that. But here we are. We're gonna do a live reaction video and we're gonna talk about it. And I think it's quite interesting to do it this way lah. What do you guys think? If let's say you have any questions, again, put it on the chat box as well. You have any feedback with regards to the video quality, tell me as well. I think I would like to hear from you guys. At the same time, you can share it with your friends. Emily, if you're watching this right now, you can share it with your friends on your Facebook page, so that your fans will know that we are on. Friends in Malaysia, tell all your friends in Malaysia. Friends in Indonesia, tell all your friends in Indonesia that we are online right now. We're going to talk about Capture 120. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer. I cannot actually show you Capture 120's new updates based off the beta version because there's an NDA, so I can't really talk about it. But there is a little bit of a sneaking around going on here because David and Alexander have already spoken about some of the features on YouTube. So this is like open to the public. And I thought I'll just base off my reaction on those features within the realm of whatever they've covered in that video. Get what I mean? It's like, haha, loophole. Alright, so instead of showing you guys the beta version, which I can't because of NDA, I can actually talk about some of the features based on what David and Alexander have recovered. So that's yeah, magic right there. And of course, today was actually supposed to be a special episode where I have a special guest on the show. We were supposed to have a Malaysian photographer, commercial photographer, Ahmad, join us, but unfortunately, because he has to prepare for an upcoming shoot, he couldn't make it lah. So that's why we decided to like have a special episode today and do this. All right. So this is for the benefit of everyone also. So I think that's pretty good. Yeah, so we're gonna start in a bit. For an upcoming shoot. I'm just doing some background checks, making sure everything's okay on both Facebook and on Twitch. Again, if there's any feedback, just let me know. Especially when it comes to audio, because we're gonna play a YouTube video within this. And what was that? That was strange. I just heard a dringing sound. Oh, okay. Thanks, Captain Des. Oh, I forgot to change the audio for that one. Okay, never mind. So right now, a little bit of an update on the Amazing Live show. as you all know that I'm still trying to find ways to improve the show, trying to find content, trying to find more giveaways to give out. Right now I don't have any. The few things I just want to talk about is how I'm gonna move this channel forward first. Okay, before we bring Emily on, we actually have got a channel set up on Twitch, so you guys can actually see on this screen here. Okay, yeah. So this panel here actually shows you things like, you know, the photography gear that I use, the computer rig specs that I use for live stream. And there's also a scoreboard here. So if you guys are taking part in this, again, I'm still trying to figure out how best to reward those who chat the most in the chat box. Maybe with giveaways or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But this is something you guys can aim for. It's like a competition, a friendly one at that. So whoever is top for the month maybe can get something. I don't know. This is just something I'm just trying to improve on. And if you have any suggestions, you can always fill up in the suggestion box over here. Now, of course, if you have ideas on who else to bring on to the show, of course, someone not too difficult to get, nobody too expensive or anything like that. All right. Let me know. And if you have the contacts of that person, even better. If you know that person, even better. All right. So you can actually tell me who it is, and I will try to reach out to that person and bring him on board or her on board. Okay. It'll be quite interesting to do this as well. So yeah, that's that. Oh, Kaito Des, you subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, buddy. This is awesome. I have no idea what that does, but thank you. Okay, so there's that. And of course, you know, this is a shout out to my own website. If you guys are interested, you can head over to my website. I have a blog down there as well. I'm gonna let Jarvis talk to you guys about my social media stuff. Did I press that? Did I press the right button this time? No, Jarvis, you're still asleep. Okay, I'm gonna wake up my bot. Jarvis, wake up, buddy. Okay, let's try that again. There you go, Jarvis is now awake. So this is my website, my Facebook, my Twitter, and my YouTube, as well as my Instagram, I think. Yep. So Jarvis is only available on my Twitch stream, but I will copy whatever he said wholesale into my Facebook Live, because there are some people who are watching right now on Facebook. Now, a lot of people probably ask me, why am I doing this? Why am I streaming to both Facebook and Twitch? Well, firstly, a lot of people are still on Facebook and they may not want to move on to Twitch. And there are also people who may want to go on Twitch but do not want to use Facebook. So I'm just doing it on both, so everybody benefits. At the same time, also for Facebook, I have managed to unlock live streaming at 1080p. So you can actually watch it at 1080p. You can watch it at the most high def possible for Facebook. No longer stuck at 720p. On Twitch, you can actually stream at 1440p. So that is like the maximum resolution. You can see everything really clearly. And you may want to bookmark or follow right over here. There's a purple button here on Twitch, because next Tuesday when we have Sales Chong, he's going to share some of the works that he has done with the IQ 450 megapixel camera, and with the 1440p resolution you can actually see everything in its entirety, and that's the best way to experience that particular episode. 1080p still good, but not good enough. Okay. Yeah. Seng Lim, sorry, Dick Seng, yes, Jarvis is my bot on Twitch. So if you're on Twitch, you can actually see what Jarvis is typing. Jarvis is not available on Facebook. He doesn't have a Facebook account. He's very shy. Alright. So anyway, just to share you guys a little bit more on my social media. So this is my Facebook page. For those of you who are watching on Twitch, just head over to my Facebook page and give it a like. Okay, so I do subscribe. I do provide updates here as well to my latest events. This is my Twitter account. You can be over here. If you have a Twitter account, you can come over here and just give a follow. So I do update this very regularly. So this is something that you can keep in touch with me directly as well. I do have a YouTube channel, and right now I'm actually testing out something else that's going to be very important. I just uploaded a video from a past episode of the Amazing Live show, so it's automatic. Okay, it's not automatic, but I'm trying to upload them in high res straight away to YouTube. So you guys who want to watch it again on YouTube, you can watch it as well over here. And it's a full 2-hour episode, right? This one's like with Kenneth, I think 2 hours 29 minutes. That's freaking long. I also do reviews of products, so you can check out some of my reviews. I also have behind the scenes videos, which I hope to share on my live stream someday. And please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have only 500 subscribers. Very sad. So if you guys could come on board and just subscribe, I think that'll be great as well. This is my Twitch channel. If you haven't followed my Twitch channel, again, press it's somewhere here. There's a purple button. I don't know where it is, but somewhere there. Just click it and you can follow my Twitch channel, and you can actually be updated with whenever I'm on running my show every Tuesday or Friday or Saturday. You will receive an email notification saying that I'm online. Alright, so this is actually one of the best ways to watch the live stream at the comfort of your home, in the comfort of your home at 1440p. So anyway, just giving a shout out to some of our supporters and partners. For Capture One, we have Brown Color Singapore, as well as a few other partners which I'm going to go through later. But this is Brown Color's page. You can actually purchase Capture One Pro 20 at a special price of 342 Sing dollars right now. That's a very good price, to be honest. And this actually will unlock your potential with your raw editing, because eventually when we release the new updates with regards to Capture One 20, the new updates are going to blow your way, and we're going to talk about them later on today. For Malaysians, you can also check out YL Camera. They do have Capture One in stock, and they do have what do you call that, a special promo, I believe. So it's just that the website is a little slow right now, because I think there are a lot of people logging in and stuff like that, so that could be a problem. But yeah, it will load, don't worry, sometime, anytime now. Eventually I'll just let it load in the background. And for Malaysians also, you can also check out Sigma Malaysia as well. So Sigma Malaysia, I'll put all the links later on both Facebook and on Twitch. So this is Sigma Malaysia. They do sell products based off the Sigma license, Sigma cameras, lenses, and things like that. And they do have Capture One Pro 20 as well. So give them a like. I will put the link later on. Yeah, there you go. Oh, still, yeah. I think Malaysian side is quite bad lah. Facebook is still okay. Indonesian friends, you have Prima Imaging, so you can check out their website as well. They have an e-shop. They do sell Capture One and various other products that may benefit you. And this is something that you guys may want to follow their page as well, because they do have a lot of workshops and things like that. They are running online Zoom talks and seminars on Sundays as well, so you guys may want to check out the website and follow up on that. Gamers, no excuses. If you're a gamer and you still do photography, you can actually now purchase computer rigs customized to perfection. And they do have rigs like, I think, the Roku. The Roku is actually designed for gaming, right? And you can customize some of the parts, and they actually are really awesome. They provide very excellent after sales support, and they do serve Capture One Pro 20 as part of the bundle, so you can actually save quite a bit of money if you were to buy a new computer meant for photography as well as for gaming. All right, so there's that as well. Now, of course, for those people who are wondering how can you support this channel, like what Jarvis is now showing up on Twitch, you can actually PayPal, all right, or buy me a coffee to show your support for the channel. Again, all these donations are welcome but not necessary. There's no pressure. Brands, if you're interested to work with me, you can always send me an email for business inquiries, and I know some of you have done that so far. For example, we are currently on the hashtag #MadeInSG campaign as part of Carousel Singapore's initiative to help creatives and artists during these trying times. Okay, so most of you guys who have been following me on this live streaming platform since day one, you probably know that I have been doing the Amazing Live show because it is I feel it is like a, how to say, like a give back to the community. I just want to give back to the community, and hopefully this is something that can be useful for every one of you. Okay, so I am now gonna share those websites which I promised. Let me just check if Jarvis actually has that on command. Jarvis commands, I'm still trying to fix that. Nope, it's not there. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the links up one by one. This is Brown Color Singapore, alright. YL Camera, okay, now it's loaded up, it looks good. Okay, so this is YL Camera's page for Capture One. This is Sigma's page. So I'm just putting it on Twitch first. I'll copy it over later on to Facebook. So those of you who are watching on Facebook, don't worry, I will get that out soon. Typhoon Asia, I think I'll just put the main website, because they do have other computers that you can check out as well. All right, so if you want to show support to your local resellers, this is actually the best way to do it. Let me just give me a second. Let me sort out the links on on Facebook. Okay, one by one. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. This is just manual labor right here. If only Jarvis can work on both Facebook as well as Twitch. You know, that'll make my life a lot easier. Oops, that was YL cameras again. Come on, copy. Not copying. There we go. Copy. Done. Okay, copying the last two links, and after that we'll be on with the show. Proper. Okay, so I believe Emily is ready on the other side. So I'm just gonna bring her over and unmute her because she likes to talk and chat as well. All right. Emily. Okay, hold on. Choto mate. Okay, let me unmute you. Okay. Then. Oh my god. Hey Emily, good to see you.
Bye.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting episode. Like I said, this is our first time actually doing something like this, where we're actually gonna do a live stream, live reaction of another video. Okay, so I hope it will work, because like I said, this is purely experimental. Okay, so I'm gonna load up the screen now, and we're gonna start watching. So for those of you who are wondering what's going on, I'm actually gonna I'm gonna like live stream a previous stream done by David Grover and as well as Alexander Fleming, who are both part of the Capture One team. Now, Capture One actually has got some crap. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me try to sort that out. Okay, this is not the way to do it. Okay, I'm just gonna drag this over. Okay, now you guys can see that. And I'm gonna put Emily in the corner.
Bye.
Like so. Okay. Yeah, this is ideal. Okay, let me just minimize. Okay, there we go. Now everyone can see the live stream as well as what's going on the YouTube channel with David and Alexander. Now I'll try to keep the audio feedback to minimum so it doesn't echo, but if there's any echo, please let me know. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna watch the video together, and this is, to be honest, Emily and my first time watching this. Yeah, we've never seen this before. I've been quite busy rather, so yeah, it's quite unfortunate that I have not been able to capture that, or yeah. Okay, anyway, enough excuses. Let's watch. All right. So at any point in time, you guys are watching and at home and have any questions, feel free to just ask. I'm more than happy to actually address them. Okay, because I have been trying the beta version, I can't talk about those, but I can only talk about whatever is happening here in this video by Alexander and by David Grover. Okay, so let's watch. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this part. There we go. Okay, so this is David.
Mess. Wait, I do need to tell you.
What's it?
That because I'm watching it from your Twitch stream, so it's a bit of a lag. So my reaction time wouldn't be the same as yours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that as well. Okay, you know what, let's try to sync. Yeah, I didn't consider that. How much lag is there for Twitch? I think it's about 4 seconds, or is it 7 or 2 seconds? How many seconds?
You just make a reaction a bit slower.
Make my reaction.
You just react a bit slower.
This is the problem with the pandemic. Okay, thanks COVID-19, you just killed a live streaming reaction by adding latency lag. All right. Yeah, Yukira, Emily's mic is taped to her face. I don't know why.
No, it's not taped to my face. It's like hung.
Okay, when's your birthday? I'm gonna get you a headset.
4th Jan.
Yeah, wait until next year.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch now.
Certainly very exciting. So today we're going out to you on Facebook and YouTube, so don't forget to tell us where you're watching from, and feel free to ask any questions as the live stream progresses. And today we're going to be about 20-25 minutes, I would think. Now, to help me today, because I didn't want to do this all by myself, Alex, you're up on screen now. We've got our product manager, Alexander Fleming, who you can see on screen. Say hi, Alex.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So Alex
Happy to be here.
is of course working from home, hence the cozy background that we can see as well. Alex, maybe before we dive into Capture One, you can just tell us why I've chosen to bring you on today as well. What do you do at Capture One?
Yes, I work as a product manager. I've been involved with Capture One for 7 years now, and I'm also a photographer myself. And I've done a few webinars with you, David.
Quite a few, yep.
It's always cozy to be here, and it's a nice opportunity to show some of the new stuff that we have for all the users.
Yes, and we're not going to give away necessarily everything, but we're going to show, I think, the most exciting stuff. So let's bring up Capture One on screen and let's have a look. So first thing that we're going to talk about is, I guess, an addition to the layers tool. Would that be the right way of talking about it?
Yeah, definitely.
So what we're going to do first is show you the old way, I would say. So and in particular the introduction or the change to the layers tool concerns like healing and cloning, or retouching. We could call it that as well. Now the current way to do such things in Capture One, I think Alex, you'd agree, is a little bit slow.
Yes.
So what I would have to do if we're currently using Capture One is to first make a new heal layer, grab my brush, and then go over onto my subject. And we've got this great photo from one of our ambassadors, Tina Eisen. Oh, zoomed in a bit too much there. And even though in the current iteration of Capture One, it would kind of attempt to guess a heal source point, and I guess attempt is the right word, isn't it?
Yeah, you would basically have to set your source point manually every time.
To guarantee a good result, I'd set my source point manually, and then I would brush, and then Capture One would get rid of that point. So that's, I don't know if you were counting clicks, Alex, but that's quite a few clicks to just remove one point. And then, of course, the really bad news is that we're now out of source points for that layer.
Yeah, so just want to share a little bit. This is, I'm going to let Emily catch up for a bit more. Are you there yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the old school way of healing and cloning on Capture One. And although it works, and bear in mind it's still working on a raw edit, as a raw edit. That means the file that you're using right now, like for example here they're using a Canon 5D Mark IV raw file. It's a CR2 file. It's not a PSD file. You're still working with a raw file. So you're working at the source file itself in a very non-destructive manner. That means you make some changes, you do cloning, you do editing and all that. The raw file still remains the same as if it's the first time you're using it. But unfortunately, like what David has said, there are a lot of limitations and it's very clunky and slow. There's only like once and all that. And frankly speaking, I actually jumped to Photoshop to do retouching instead. How about yourself, Emily? Do you do the same? Have you tried this?
I always edit the skin in Photoshop.
Right. So that's how to say, a lot more efficient as opposed to doing one by one with Capture One. But now it's now I heard it's gonna be a lot more robust and it's gonna be a lot more different. That's all I can say. So let's hear it from David. Okay, I'm gonna play the video again.
Yeah, so that means that you had to do this all over again if you wanted to heal a new area.
Exactly. So that's not necessarily a great experience. So let's get rid of that heal layer. Now, what we're looking at, of course, is Capture One 20 still, and the update, I think it's very important to specify, as it is an update, is that whether you subscribe, whether you have a perpetual license, this update is available to you free of charge. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it's just a regular upgrade to
It's
Capture
a regular
One.
upgrade, but it's a pretty cool upgrade. So
Yes.
what's the difference really in this upgrade? So now I've gone onto my shot. I can see a few blemishes that I want to get rid of. No need to pick a source point. I just start drawing on the blemish, and Capture One automatically and very quickly picks a source point and gets rid of it. Now the subsequent heal points that I want to do, let's just do this one here, all have their own source point, like so. So I can now, even quicker than the first source point, because the subsequent healing, if you like, is even quicker, I can just go ahead.
Yo,
and then
what the
Capture
hell?
One will happily remove all those different things.
This is epic.
How many source?
Yeah,
sorry,
man.
how many heal points can I use on a layer, Alex? I think is
it's
probably the
more than
question we're
one.
going to get.
More than one source point.
Yes.
What the hell?
There
Like
is no
stitches on her
limit to
face.
how many heals you can do on one layer, and we haven't found any significant performance decrease when you add heal zones to a layer.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna let you catch up first. Did you hear that part? That part where they say there is no lack of performance issues.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
That's very sick. I mean, look at the old school way of doing retouching with Capture One. It's just one point, one source, one layer.
You know what I really want to see? I want to see them retouch the lip and see what happens. Because there's like that gap at the lip
Yeah,
there.
I'm very disturbed
Yeah.
by that gap and that,
Yeah, I'm
that
very
small
irritated
black
by
spot. I wonder if they're gonna do that because this is a total game changer. I mean, like what David is giving as an example right now. He's just like casually touching it, and he did mention just now that Capture One automatically and intelligently find the source point that is relevant. That means it's no longer like a you still have to make a guess where to put the source point to find the correct tonality or correct brightness or even the texture. But here Capture One does it for you automatically.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, that's sick. Okay, I'm gonna continue the video.
The software is smarter than us.
Right, it's crazy. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
And I've been using this for a few weeks now. And the performance is fantastic, actually. I mean, bear in mind, we're live streaming to you guys, and I'm screen sharing with Alex as well on a different application so he can see what's going on. So we're kind of, stressing the system somewhat as well. I like this comment I'm just going to put on the broadcast from Emil. He says, woohoo, multiple source points on a layer.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what we think about it as well, definitely. But that's not the end of it. So because there's actually some pretty cool stuff going on in terms of the pattern matching, I guess. Is that the right term? I don't know if that's an official term.
Oh, please.
Oh,
Please
come
on
on.
the...
Yeah, I would say the way
not...
Capture One finds a source point is quite intelligent now. We have a brilliant team of engineers and designers who have looked at this and figured out a way to make the tool work in a way so you don't have to go to external applications to do this kind of image editing.
Absolutely. And like if we take this example, we've got this little spot which you can see just below the lip. So if I kind of take this one out, and then if you look at the point the Capture One chose, you see it's kind of matching.
Wait, my reaction will be a bit slower.
Well. And maybe if we try this one, so if I get rid of this hairline across the face, I'd probably use a softer brush if I was going to do this for real. But you see how it matched the lip line
even the hair
as well. So I didn't even have to, fiddle with the source point or whatever to match it up. The pattern matching was smart enough to do that.
Hey! Oh my god, the hairstyle was damn epic.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a moment there. You can actually heal the hair on a raw file without going to Photoshop anymore. What the F? I'm speechless. This cannot be done in the current version of Capture 120 because they don't have that special algorithm that works like this now. But this is insane. I thought the small dot on the lip was something, but when he did the hair,
the freaking hair.
Yeah, I'm totally blown away. Guys, this is insane. Wesley, you said the new healing tool blends nicely both Luma and Chroma info. Yeah, I think that's how it's working right now because it actually identifies which are the appropriate source points now, and you don't even have you don't even need the human input to actually do this. This is truly a game changer, guys. This is insane.
We don't need to use our brain anymore. Yay!
And you know what's the best part? Yeah, like what Alex Crisis says on Twitch right now, you don't need to come up with 16 different layers for healing. Now everything is just on the same one layer. That actually allows you to do a lot more. So imagine, right, we still have the 16 layers, I believe, as a limiter. But in one layer, you can do all your healing and retouching. Then maybe
it's good enough, man.
Yeah, it's good enough. And your second layer, maybe you can do dodging and burning. Then the rest, you can do whatever you want. And this is truly a game changer. You know, for the longest time, I've been always hoping that I would not have to go and use an external software to actually work on a raw image. But now it's possible. I mean, for you, Emily, what do you think? Do you think that this is something that's going to work out very well for your own workflow?
I can finally not have Photoshop crashing on me. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wesley says it's gonna work very well for skin retouching, save you a lot of time and effort with great results too. Yes, I completely agree. Ganambati says no more frequency separation. Well, I think for Frick Sap there's always a place for it lah. There's always a time and place to use this. But yeah, there's that. Swaggy 1GB 1GTB1 watch a video for me. No. I'm watching a video already. Someone on Twitch, I don't know, probably a bot. Watch a video for me? I don't know. What video? I don't want to hear about it also. I'm watching David Glover's video. More interesting. Okay, let's continue. It's just quite mean of me.
Go.
Okay, here we go.
One important thing, David, I think to mention here is what brush are you using?
I'm using a dedicated heel brush, as you can see over here, which looks like this little sticking plaster. And if you remember when we were doing this the old way with Capture One, I'd have to physically make a new heel layer. But as soon as I started using the heel brush, it automatically made a new heel layer for me, like so, which is pretty cool. Now I could actually make more than one heel layer, I guess, couldn't I, if I wanted to?
Yeah, you can make up to, we still have the 16 layer limit, so you can effectively make 16 heel layers, and I guess the reason to do that would be if you wanted to, after making the heel layer, change the actual opacity of the whole layer. You can change opacity individually for the layers.
Yeah, exactly. Little question, there's lots of comments whizzing past. I think I like the one that says amaze balls. So I'm going to put that on the broadcast. David said, can you use this tool on dust spots? And I think this comes to actually a good point about the kind of photographs that we can use this for. Because whilst I've started with Tina's shot here, we're going to actually show you some other examples. So we've got food, we've got a street scene, which we're going to come to as well. So it's not just for beauty retouching workflow, is it?
No, and I would actually say that this new heel tool in particular is better for dust and spot than our previous because it takes in the texture. So while the previous spot tool, maybe not the dust tool because that works differently, we're not going into details about that, but if it's just tiny spots, the new heel tool will cover the texture in a much better way, especially if you're also working on a high ISO image.
Yeah, and also the spot tool, it tends to blur the sort of background a little bit as well. So,
exactly.
Yeah, it just the texture, as you say, wasn't as nice. So spotting, we removed the hair, so that was a longer object. We've done dust, blemishes. We'll show you some kind of bigger examples in a minute. But let's move on to the second kind of brush, and then we'll look at some more heel examples as well. So now I'm going to grab this brush, which is called a clone brush.
Clone brush.
Okay, that's the right term, isn't it, Alex? Clone or cloning brush.
Yeah.
Now the cloning brush differs in that, first of all, the setting a source point is something you do manually, and also the clone brush will also just simply copy or clone, funnily enough, like for like pixels. So if I wanted an additional freckle, I could use my Alt key to set my source point, which shows around that orange circle, and then I could just add this, additional freckle here, for example. Oops, let's bring my flow up so we can actually see it. So then I can just literally copy pixels from A to B. Now notice here, of course, you can see the change in tone because there's no luminosity matching, I guess is the correct way to talk about it. It's just a copy.
Yeah, you can say clone will copy while heel will copy and blend.
Yeah, exactly. Now when I did that first...
Oh, okay. Okay, let's wait for Emily to catch up. So,
yeah.
Okay, so cloning and blending, cloning and healing does have a little bit of difference between the two. I think healing is something that most of us will probably be very, very interested in because it does blend not just the source but also the luminosity and the tonality. That is crazy. And if you want to clone objects, you can actually do it. And this is still within the realm of a raw file, guys. This is not a PSD or a TIFF file or a PSB file. It's not a Photoshop file. You're still working on a raw file, and that actually means a lot because you're looking at the direct source file before any third-party changes. You're looking at still the original file without all the funny loss of funny loss of quality. So you're still working at 100% here. That's just crazy.
Yeah, oh my god. Wow.
I am completely blown away. I see a lot of people a lot of people on the chat are going crazy right now. They're like, whoa, I'm gonna update now. But unfortunately the beta is still ongoing. The update is not out yet, but it will be available free for those people who are using version 20. For those people who are on version 20 or rather on previous versions, that means version 12 or 10, if you want to upgrade to 20, just maybe I'll tell you how later, or you can just write to me and I can let you know how as well, because this is only available for version 20. If you're version 12, like Emily, you were on version 12 a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And if this
They
update goes
upgraded.
out, you won't be able to use this because this is not possible and you're still stuck in the old version 12. But if you're on version 20, like you are now, I know you're using version 20 because you just bought the upgrade. The update is gonna be available for you free.
Oh my god, yeah!
So this is gonna be really epic. And if you're on 20 on subscription, this will be part of the update, and it's also free as well. It's part of the regular incremental update. So this is a game changer. All right, let's hear what else they have to say.
This little clone spot you see over here in the layers tool, it's automatically made us a new clone layer as well. So again, saving you a step. It's detected I used the clone brush and then just makes that layer. The other cool thing that we can do with the clone tool is, if I turn my flow right down to, let's say 4, is that we can build up an area kind of gradually as well. So this kind of darker area just around the lips here, if I set my source point over here somewhere and then just gradually brush and see it's just slowly getting lighter, and then when I'm happy with that, I can stop. And then now I've done, a nice bit of cloning. I'm sure a professional would do it more skillfully than me or Tina, who took this shot, but you get the principal idea of being able to use flow control. And of course, I could always bring the opacity back down in that layer just to kill that off nicely as well.
Oops, sorry. I just removed Emily. Emily, did you just see what he did to the corner of the lips?
Yeah. What the hell? Like, you just, the shadows are all gone.
Yeah, it what's the best part? You actually combine with flow, opacity and layer opacity. You can actually have absolute control over the retouching without actually, destroying the texture. I mean, look at that, you can't really see the difference between and before and after. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, man.
Now the other
my God.
exciting
I'm,
thing
so
is if I
excited,
go
I'm just
back
doing,
to
a
the
live
heel
Insta
brush,
story
and
right now.
let's just say I pick, let's just
Yeah.
get rid of the spot here, for example. Do you notice it immediately went back to the heel layer as well?
That's
So you
smart.
don't have to manually flip-flop between those different layers. So again, workflow improvement. I guess it's not only did we want the quality of which these tools provide, but it had to be simple and easy to use as well.
Oh, that's insane.
That's definitely.
Yeah. So there's been a million questions that have been flying past, or comments. A few people asking when is this going to be available. I think best thing for us to say is May. It's the May update.
Yes.
So
coming
rather
up this
than
month.
stick a date on it, it's just coming sometime in May. So fingers crossed it's not too
It's
far
like
off.
a Hari Raya
It's pretty
price.
mature at this point, I would say. We're still in beta, aren't we, Alex? So you might
Yes.
get a few oddities or pauses or things like that, but it's 99% of the way there as well. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can find a question that we could ask in between the comments. And someone, where is it, Anthony, he's spied the next thing that we're going to talk about as well. Ooh, he's spotted it, yes. So, one last thing that we want to talk about before we get to the thing that Anthony spotted is regarding these arrows,
Oh my
actually.
God, look at
So,
the number of
on a shot like this, we could
touching.
end up with quite a few arrows, right, which you might find also a little bit distracting. So if I don't know if you noticed in the brush tool, there's a little display arrows
Oh,
tick.
that's
So if I uncheck that, then it's just, essentially, I guess, a cleaner interface, which then I can then go around and do my spotting like so.
Oh,
So if you prefer that cleaner look, then of course you can just simply use it like so. Generally, I haven't found, I don't know about you, Alex, in your testing, I haven't really found that many cases where I've had to move the source point on a photo like this. On one we're going to see in a minute, then we might have to do a little bit of manual sort of moving like so. But on this kind of shot, it's pretty accurate.
you can
right?
still move the source.
Yeah, I was quite surprised
Yeah.
with what the engineers achieved with this.
Yep, excellent. And nice comment from Joan. Wow, I don't think I'll need Photoshop on it anymore. That would be nice. wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that goes the same for quite a bit of us when it comes to the skin. We don't really need Photoshop anymore. Wesley says the healing layer is totally non-destructive, and the history of each heal is maintained on the layer. Awesome. In the other software, there is no trace on where it's been applied. Yeah, that's the main problem with the other software, which we will not mention.
We do still need Photoshop because there's liquefying.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think he's referring to the other raw editor software, which we mentioned. Not nice to
yeah,
mention.
okay.
Yeah, but I see where he's coming from, and the best part is that if like what you said, useful when you need to unfreckle a freckle. This is really epic. I love the fact that you can still move the sources, so you can do manual adjusting. So let's say maybe you in the event that Capture One actually picked the wrong source, you can still fix that manually, and I think that's something that really helps with a lot of retouching artists. More control, basically. And the fact that you can remove the arrows so it doesn't clutter your screen, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
And do you see what he did just now when he was cloning and then he wants to go back to heal, and without going to the interface he actually just click heal or change the heal to the heal button and click it, it automatically falls back to the heal layer.
Yeah.
So this is something that really helps, because as you can see right now on the layer window for Capture 120, you actually see a clear delineation between clone layer and heal layer. So you don't get mixed up. Like in the current version, right, you still get very, very easily mixed up unnecessarily. Yukirarin says Liquify is my savior.
Same.
Oh my god.
Can't live without it.
Come on. Okay, then we also have Wesley saying you still need the other software for content aware engine. You do need it when the need arises. Yeah, I guess so, but who knows, right? Who knows? LS Crisis says actually Lightroom has that similar healing tool as the betas, but still it doesn't work so well as Capture One's old traditional healing tool. So now Capture One actually has gotten to the new level, the next level, where we actually see the improvements in the healing tool and and cloning tool in Capture 120's latest update, which currently is still on beta, so you won't be able to see it until sometime in May, like what David said earlier. So I guess that's something to look forward to, lah. Yeah. Then some healing needs. Wesley says some healing needs to be filled, which can't be copied from source. It needs to be generated. I guess that's where content awareness can come in. But let's see what else David and Alexander have got to say first. All right.
Or at least to reduce that time. I don't think replacing Photoshop or an Affinity Photo is something that Capture One could do across the board. But if it's reducing the time that you need to go back and forth between other shots, then so much the better, right? Okay, let's hint to our next thing, and then we'll look at some more examples. So wouldn't it be nice if you had an easy way to simply go before and after with a simple tool? For example. So Anthony, who spotted that in the toolbar, congratulations. There's a couple of other different ways that we can use this and how powerful it is. So we will.
We don't have to do that Photoshop. We crop the two photos and we stick it together.
Look at some other examples as well.
Oh,
so which one shall we look at next? We've got our street scene. We've got our food plate. What's a good one to go for?
I like this a lot.
Yeah, I love it. The before and after slider is like you don't have to use the alt with the reset button anymore. You don't have to create a new clone, a new variant, and put side by side. Now you can actually just slide back and forth. I think this is totally
It's cool for
perfect
videos.
move.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, it's perfect for video. So if you're doing like a live stream or if you are doing a vlog post on before and after, I think it's gonna be very helpful because you can really see the difference, you know. And we see a lot of chatter right now. Everyone's going, oh yes, finally, yes, I agree. I'm also very happy to see this as well. Alex Crisis says there's no more need to hit the reset button. And of course, Zig says best update so far. And Wesley says, before after also do away the need to create virtual copies so often. Yeah, we don't have to create those virtual copies anymore, which clutter up the browser. This is, I have nothing to say. This is perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
This is just perfection defined in just one function. And you look at that, you know, it was so smooth.
It just
Let's go
zooms.
to the street.
Let's go for
Crazy.
the street. Okay, so
What
we've
else can you
got
do?
the shot from Brian Minier, one of our ambassadors as well. And this is
Oh wait, this is a Fujifilm X-T2 file. So previously it was a Canon 5D Mark IV, and that was a full frame shot. Now we're looking at a Fujifilm X-T2. So a lot of Fuji users are still, deciding whether to go over to Capture One or stick with Lightroom or other software. And I think it's quite interesting to note that that Capture One has gotten way ahead in terms of support for Fuji users. They released Capture One for Fuji. They've introduced Capture One Pro with Fuji profiles, and they even have the film simulation, so you can actually apply those film simulations that you can find on a Fuji camera onto your raw files instead of just working with JPEG files. I think that's truly amazing. You know, the kind of support that Capture One has provided for Fuji users. So do we have any Fuji users watching this right now? This is actually the best time to watch what's going on with the latest update to Capture One 20 and see how it affects your files. In this case, it's a REF file from a Fujifilm X-T2. So I don't know. Imagine what it can do to a GFX 100 file, right, Emily?
Yes. Oh my god.
100 megapixel
live,
of awesomeness.
live like tweeting on Insta story.
Oh, you're doing that now.
Yeah.
So excited about the new update.
It's then, oh my god, I'm very excited.
Yeah,
I can't wait for
same.
me to be over.
Oh, I think it will be coming up soon. Within a month. So it's just a matter of when and waiting. But let's see what he can do with the X-T2 file, because I'm always very interested to see how far Capture One can push an APS-C frame, APS-C sensor frame camera. All right.
this is what we would call a bit of a cleanup scenario, I guess.
Cleanup scenario.
Yeah, this is just object removal.
Simple object removal. Yeah.
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 Oh my god, I feel like we're gonna get mind blown
once
like
again,
this.
similar
I think so
process. So I've got my heel brush. Let's just check my flow. Incidentally, there's a little link box down here. So if you want the clone and the heel brush to behave with the same settings, you can link them together. Or if you want them to be independent, you can turn that off as well. So Alex, I'm going to try and get rid of this kind of tarmac error here. So just like a long line like this. There we go. Now again, this is the kind of shot where we might feel we need to move it if we wanted to. Something a bit more complicated over here with the can. So if I do that, then again our source point isn't perfect in this case, but no matter. We can just move it like so. Now, Alex, what if I wanted to accurately move that? Did we think of that?
Yeah, you can select the source point of the arrow by clicking it, so it becomes
Okay.
orange.
Perfect.
And now it's selected, and then you can actually use the arrow keys in your keyboard to fine tune it.
Nice. So if I want to
And-
match that curve, then I can just jog and hit with the
Yeah.
cursor keys. Nice.
And actually, while we have it selected, let's also talk about the fact that you can, if you made a heel zone that you don't
Then
want,
fail.
Yes.
it's of course easy to just select it,
I saw
hit
that
the
in Twitch.
backspace, or
Kaito,
the
you very
delete,
mean I feel
if you're on a
so
Windows
sad.
computer, and then it just disappears.
So if I hit my backspace, away it goes. Nice. Easy. That's good.
So you can actually do the
Let's just get rid of that one again, and then
It just freaking
really
retouched
doesn't
the
take any time to move the source point. So on a shot like this where it is a little bit more tricky, then it's very fast. Now this is kind of getting a bit more complicated because this is a little bit more challenging. So that's picked a source point down here. So let's grab that and move to this point, for example, and job done. Can we manage this one, I wonder? This is maybe getting a little bit tricky with the angles, but let's see. I might be out of luck with that one. Oh, maybe.
Oh my god, blended in so well though.
It's not so bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, look
We
at-
just got that little tiny bit there, for example. Now, if I zoom out, then we can just spot, if you like, these kind of
Oh, that's pretty
little
useful.
pieces like
Oh, that's so useful. Oh my god.
And away you go. So that's a pretty easy example as
Goodbye
well.
cloning hell.
That was a nice touch, I noticed, Alex. So when my cursor is off the screen, if we we do have the what do we call them? The source arrows, I suppose.
Yeah.
They disappear, and when I hover my mouse back on, then they pop back. So if you need a quick look at how the shot is
Oh, that's
looking,
useful.
then it's very simple. Question that you can answer, Alex, because I haven't tried this, and the question's whizzed way past by now, so so I can't find whoever asked it. What about, I think it was Joseph, actually, if I remember correctly. What about copy pasting? I haven't tried any scenarios with that. Do you know how that works?
It works just as you would expect.
Yeah.
Wait, copy
So you can
pasting?
copy paste layers, but I guess it would work great if you have the same dust spots
On each shot.
on the
Yeah.
sensor
Yeah.
for multiple images. And yes, you can copy the layers as you would used to.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess if I had film scans, if I was copying film and then it was dusty or whatever, or I had the same dust spots on my camera, when I copy paste, it's going to use the same
Emily,
source
this is for you.
points.
Your camera sense is always dirty.
But
Hey!
because obviously the images are going to be different, it's
Not
going to be a
wrong.
nice
It's
intelligent
true.
dust fix because it will be different for each shot, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't tried that. That's a good scenario which we can talk about. Nice that Tina is watching. Said, how is this a free
Yeah.
upgrade? Incredible new features. Launch now, please. We'll do it as fast as possible, definitely. Okay, let's grab
It's amazing this is
another
actually going to be a free
example.
update. Yeah.
What should we
Yeah.
go for? Should we go for
Like, I
the food?
can't believe they are not
Is that
expecting us to
shot?
pay more.
Yeah, let's do
Exactly.
that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So we've got some little... and then we talk a bit more about
I'm so
before
shook.
after, okay? I think people
yeah,
get
I'm
the idea that
shaking.
healing is pretty awesome.
Shaking,
Oh,
shaking.
food.
So let's get rid of these seeds. I
Ah,
guess,
food
first of all.
photographer. This
So
is gonna
first
be
one,
awesome. Look at that.
you know, happens pretty
Get
quick,
rid
and
of
then the
that black
subsequent
hit.
ones are even faster. So why is there that performance difference between like the first and the subsequent ones?
So once you do the first heal, Capture One will cache the image
Okay.
in the heal tool, so it's ready for finding the sources.
Oh, no wonder it's
So
so
any
fast.
following heals will be much faster.
Let's try and get
Holy
rid of this
cow.
tabletop
No way.
crack. There we go.
No way.
Nicely done. And that picked a source down here.
Oh
and
my
it actually didn't pick
God.
up. Well, it's picked up a little bit of the plate, I can
Oh,
see.
man.
But that's easy. And this just shows you that
Yo!
with the luminosity. So if I drag it down here,
Yeah.
that's quite a different tone and luminosity to the area we need. But as soon as I let go, then you see that matches really nice and quickly as well. So we don't necessarily
Hey, it looks like the
need
worm on my
to-
camera.
You don't have to be concerned too
My
much
sensor,
about
remember?
the source point. What I found
You
is
just
that
see
as long
that
as
it
the source
matched the
point is a
luminosity,
similar
guys.
texture,
That's amazing.
and also you want to make sure that it's the same focal plane, I guess. Like if you have something really sharp and then you borrow from somewhere really soft, then it's not as good result. But something like this just works really, really
Wow,
well.
the heal function is
Yeah.
sick already.
RD Berman,
I'm blown.
who's just
Totally
thrown
blown
a question
away.
up, so it's lucky I just saw it. A performance reference. So his question is, can you tell us what kind of machine you're running this on? Now, I am running this on a pretty capable machine, I would say, but you also have to consider we're live streaming to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. That's quite a big performance hit graphic-wise. And I'm also sharing my screen to Alex, so he can see what's going on in real time as
That's
well.
like what
So
we're
I'm on
doing
a
now.
MacBook Pro 16-inch, fairly late revision. But performance-wise, I know I haven't tested it so much myself, but I know, Alex, you've tested it across a few different machines as well.
Yeah, I tested it on a Windows computer with an i9 processor and a 1080 Ti GPU.
Yeah.
And for smaller spots, the healing and the source point would actually show up almost instantaneously. So,
Very nice.
of course, the larger the healing spot that you do is, the longer Capture One has to render and find the source
Calculate
point.
and so on. Yeah.
So smaller spots will be faster.
Okay. So shall we talk about the thing that we teased a little bit about?
Let's do that.
Okay. So Anthony, who had his beady eyes open, noticed up on the top here we've got a before and after button. So we should go, "Yay!" Finally, because we had this somewhat less than optimal, I guess is the politically correct way of saying it, method of seeing your before and after, which was kind of a modifier press on reset. But if you forgot to do the alt press, then you could reset, and then you'd have to undo, and you need two hands to do it, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, so not as nice. So now we can just say before, like so.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And what did we name this, Alex?
Totally
This is
love
our
the before and
split
after.
sliders.
Yes.
I don't know
Yeah.
who is.
So the before
Oh.
and after tool actually has two different modes.
Nice.
The default one, as you see here, is the split view slider, which is, if you're watching, is pretty self-explanatory. You get the before view
It's
to
like
the
a magic
left, after
show
view to
on
the
a raw
right,
file.
and a high-performing slider in the middle that you can just drag back and forth. And it works on all zoom levels. It even works on multiple images.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's lay a few up. And what I really like about this, I don't think we did anything on this one. What I really like about this is someone thought that when you drag a landscape shot, that the speed of the slider on the portrait slows down. So all the way to the left is the same, whether you're landscape or portrait, which is pretty nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another great thing about that is the ability to edit.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Let's just go back to
crap.
our food.
Yo,
I
what?
just zoomed into all different
Oh man.
zoom levels there, so you can
Oh
see
my
even
God.
at 100%. If I just spacebar around, let's
Yo.
do a shift space.
Yo,
Guys, we
get
gotta talk about
Capture
this.
120 right now, man.
We gotta talk about this. This is
Just get it.
multiple before and afters at the same time. So
Mhm.
can you imagine what would happen if you're doing a model shot, and you're shooting tethered, and you want to see and compare all at the same time? Now you can just show, depending on your screen estate, if you have a bigger screen, of course you can do more. You can actually compare multiple shots, all raw files, and do the before and after, and see the differences on the spot. And it's all fast and real time. This is
Yo.
yeah,
Yo.
I'm speechless. I am crazily
Yeah.
obsessed with this feature update. This is true game changer. Yeah, Yuki Rarin, you got it right, man. Sick. Alex like,
my
oh,
money.
Nice one. Yeah,
Take it.
they don't need your money, man. It's free update. Don't
No, I
forget.
mean like people who are using the older versions of Capture One.
Oh
just,
yeah.
Just throw your money now, man.
Yeah. This is the best time to actually get Capture One Pro 20. Yeah. So maybe later I'll share where you can get Capture One 20 at a very good price. Don't buy online. I mean, of course you can buy online, but if you want to show support for your local partners and resellers, and at the same time enjoy some kind of promotional deals, I will share the links again later. So we do have for Singapore, Bronco Singapore, as well as Typhoon Systems Asia. We also have partners in Malaysia, Sigma Malaysia, as well as Bronco Malaysia, as well as Wild Camera as well. They do provide special prices for Capture One for Malaysians, and for Indonesia we have Prima Imaging, and this is what else can I say?
Yeah, what else can you say?
What else can I say,
But are the
right?
promotions still on for Singapore side?
Yes, I believe so. Eugene has not changed his pricing for the Capture One website, for the e-store. For his Bronco Singapore website. So I guess he's still selling it at that price, which
Y'all
is
heard
good.
that? Go buy it now.
Yeah, for Singaporeans. But if you do not want to buy yet, you want to hold off. Maybe next Tuesday you can tune in to our live streaming with Sales Chong, and then only 3 people will be very lucky to walk away with a new copy of Capture One Pro 20. And in order to qualify, you need to be a resident in Singapore, Malaysia, and Vietnam. Yeah, only for those 3 countries for next Tuesday. Wesley asks, David uses a Core i9 GTX 1080 Ti. I wonder how much processing is done on both CPU and GPU. To be honest, Capture One always tries to keep it to a minimum. Right now, Emily herself is using a very old 2015 MacBook Pro with onboard Intel Iris graphics card. I would know this very well because that was my laptop. she bought it from me, so I know the inside and out, and I know its limitations and its computational limitations. But Capture One 20 runs very flawlessly, right? Not so bad, right?
Yes, very good. It's smooth. Yeah.
It's smooth. So
It doesn't lag at all.
yeah, so Capture One 20, if you must know, when it comes to the software itself, it's not bloated. If you run it on an SSD, which is the most important and integral part of a computer system to make sure that software runs fast, it's okay because you don't really need a dedicated GPU to actually have Capture One run really fast. But of course, if you want to see better performance, better rendering and all that, you still need a high-end discrete GPU card. Like for myself, I use an RTX 2080 Super on a Ryzen Threadripper 2950X. Yeah, so there is virtually no lag at all, and I think I'm on 64 gig RAM, so that's like, meh, no problem so whatsoever. So it's quite easy lah. For what I know, a bit more CPU bound. Yeah, I think Capture One uses a little bit more of CPU as opposed to GPU, so it's not as bad as other softwares. So if you do have a decent machine, it should be okay. 2013 MacBook Pros are known to even run Capture One 20 almost flawlessly, and it's still fine.
Even my shitty desktop is like the Capture One on it is running perfectly smooth.
Are you using Capture One 20?
And the desktop, I've had it since like I think I was in secondary school, nearly 10 years ago.
Wow. Is that
Yeah.
enough? That desktop, do you know the specs?
No, I can't remember, but I know it's really old. It's not a very good laptop. I mean, it's not a very good desktop.
Okay, but you got Capture One 20 installed on it or what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I started out using because I bought Capture One 20. I bought Capture One before I bought the MacBook.
Mm-hmm.
So even with the older version of Capture One, it's already running very smoothly.
Oh, I'm talking about Capture One 20. Did you try 20 on the
No,
old
not
desktop?
yet.
Maybe we can try that and see how it goes. We do have some feedback here from Zig, who uses a Surface Pro 4 i7 16 gig RAM. It manages to run Capture One 12 quite okay. Alright, time to try the 20 and see whether it's okay running on a Surface Pro 4 as well. Because mobile computing has become quite a big deal recently. A lot of people are like moving on the go and shooting. I mean, not many people are using desktop machines unless you're a hardcore gamer or you work in a studio, and not much movement is involved. But yeah, so it seems like Capture One is able to run quite easily on most Apple products, I would say, or even Surface Pro products, similar ones to what Zig has. Wesley says it'll be much better if processing is spawned off to the GPU as much as possible. Actually, it's more efficient. Yeah, it's true, but I guess they're trying to manage a balance between those users who actually have dedicated GPUs and those users who may not have any. Because it's quite funny. You need to be a hardcore gamer to actually want to have a dedicated GPU card, and most photographers out there may not take this into consideration. But that's what I noticed. I don't know why. Yeah, so there's that as well. Okay. So yeah, let's continue to see what else Capture One Pro has got in store. We still got a bit.
Like so. So you see even the performance
Still love the
on
before
all
and after.
different levels. Oh, there's my friend Damon up on the mountain there, who we're getting rid of.
They removed someone.
Wait,
So
where?
the performance is
The
just super
top.
fantastic on
You see it?
even on like
okay,
four
okay.
tiled up images at 100%.
I bet that was
as
Matt
well.
Damon.
It's great. What we were going to show, Alex, it was the editing you said, didn't you?
Oh, is that
Yeah,
right?
so if you're in this split view mode, if you edit, you can actually do it and see it live
wow.
real time on the aftershot.
Yeah.
So you can
Oh,
compare to your
dude.
original image without any adjustments on it. Also, let me just mention to those people who joined later in the session that if you already own Capture One, again, this is a free upgrade.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really important, the free upgrade, because I saw Anna was asking that, and a few other people said, are we really sure this is a free upgrade? So yes, it is.
My God, this is a
honestly.
freaking game changer.
Yes.
It is. It is.
Once it's released, you just go in and download, update, and then you have it.
And that's it, and you have it, exactly. Now, the before-after view, we've also got a traditional, I guess we could call it, full view as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
so you can say while this split view slider is entertaining and fun to play with, in a fast-paced environment like
Options.
I'm a wedding photographer, and I wouldn't want to sit and drag this before after back and forth on all my images all the time.
Yeah.
So we have this mode where it's just the entire image that switches back to its before state.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see the
Wow.
performance is pretty
Oh
nice.
my God.
So how am I switching the state with without using the mouse?
Oh yeah, we can talk about the shortcuts. So
Yeah.
the default shortcut to activate the before mode is Y.
Yeah.
And then
Y.
if you press Shift plus Y, you toggle between the two different modes.
Nice.
And an important thing here, if you're already a Capture One user and you have customized your keyboard shortcuts, you will have a customized set of shortcuts that we don't change.
Okay.
So you will have to add these shortcuts yourself.
Right. So if I've already customized my shortcuts,
Yes.
so I've
Sorry,
got my
I
own
don't know how
shortcut set
that's done.
here.
Hey Google, stop.
Yes.
We're not going to change that, but then
Nope.
you can. So if I go to David's set,
Google's
and I've
excited
got
too.
before,
Ah, Google's excited.
then I can see before and after options, which I can
Oh, okay.
choose as
So
I
you can
wish.
create shortcut
Yes.
keys.
Yeah,
for
and
that.
Y is a nice, good key for it actually. So yeah, I can see why that for a slider view, if you're doing rapid batch editing like a wedding shot, dragging a slider would be kind of
Well,
annoying
this is
after a while. You know, it's
excellent.
cool.
Yes.
It's not necessarily for batch editing the fastest
Wow.
way. So
I
shift
really love
Y,
this.
then no delay. It's just an instant before and after. Which
Wow,
we
you can actually lock
tap
it. That's
and see
cool.
quite nicely,
Mhm,
which is great.
mhm.
Does that work on multiple images too? I was only playing with
Yep.
the sexy
Well,
slider.
you can
for
do before and after on all multiple
It
images
does.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happens if I edit though? So I guess if I edit, okay,
It jumps out of the mode.
nice. So if I can say, okay, yeah, I can see what I was doing, but I just want to continue. I don't even
Wow.
have to come out of that.
It's
mode.
smart. It
That's
responds
nice.
immediately.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Whew. I think
Oh.
that's all we're going to give away for the moment.
Wait.
Yes.
There's gonna be
for
more.
now. We did have a lot of comments.
That's
come
all they
through.
can give away for the moment, really.
I'm just going to put
Holy
up
cow!
one
That's
on
more.
screen
Okay. Wow.
from
Okay.
my colleague Christine and Jack, who are going crazy in the background trying to.
If they really
ask
come
as
up the
much
liquefy
comments as
too.
possible.
Oh, that happens. I don't
so
know what
yeah,
to say, man.
it's a free update for those of you that joined late as well. So available whether you have a subscription or a perpetual license, including Sony and Fujifilm, and it will be available sometime later in May. So we don't know the
Oh,
exact
man.
date, but if you keep an eye out in May, then it will of course be available to you. So subscribe to our newsletter, of course, social media. Keep an eye out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so on,
Holy
and then you will know how to find it.
We can add a little cliffhanger if
Ooh,
you're a new
ooh.
user considering switching to Capture One.
Yes.
We have added extra delicious stuff to Capture One that makes it much easier as a new user to get started and get acquainted with Capture One. We are not going to show this today,
Oh, come
but
on.
it is not just
Hey,
these two
stop
tools.
teasing us.
Yeah, we've got to keep a little bit back as well. But these are the two things that we're definitely the most excited about, for sure. And I know some of them have been maybe a little bit of a long time coming, but at least when we do it, we bring out it, all guns blazing, etc. Yeah. So I think to recap with the healing and the cloning, it's performance, it's a great result. And removing those limitations like the single source point per layer, which was kind of super annoying, and also the broad appeal to not just beauty photographers, food photographers, anybody can use this tool regardless of their discipline.
Yes.
Yo.
I would say that's a good way to put it. And finally, with the before and after, of course, that's just, again, before and after, there's 100 different ways you can implement that, but I think the way we've done it with the multi-view, with the two different views, and the speed to switch between the two is also really important as well. If you've come into this late as well, you can just rewind this in a second. So when we stop the live stream,
We'll do a review
it goes
later.
up onto Facebook and YouTube, and then you can just find it afterwards. So, all right, Alex, I think we shall let everybody get about the rest of their day and get excited about the new version of Capture One. I said keep an eye out in May for when it's released, and thanks for joining us on this short live stream. You should come back again in the future and do some editing.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. A pleasure. All right. Thanks, everybody. And sorry if we can answer
I'm just
a
gonna
whole
rewind this now.
area.
Okay, quick recap, guys. Major update is coming up to Capture One 20, and apparently there's gonna be more. I mean, David was just saying that there's gonna be more. This is only the ones that we can share for now. Holy crap!
Yeah, man.
I have no idea what else is in store, but he did mention that it's something along the lines of making people switch from other software to Capture One in a more seamless manner. I really can't wait to hear more about what they have. But let's man. Well, okay. What's your favorite feature update right now, in terms of for this particular feature update? The feature that you really utterly blown away that you're probably gonna love forever and ever.
Okay, honestly, for me, right, it will be the slider tool.
The slider too? Which one? The
Yes,
before and after?
the before and after tool.
Yeah.
Like, I really love that.
I really love that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, let's take a look again. Where is the before and after? I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere here. So this is
Samples. So
this is the before and after. I mean, look at that. You can just slide easily to see what is the original one and what is right after. And this is still a raw file, guys. You have not even stepped into Photoshop
Yeah.
at all. You're looking at a raw file straight out of camera, making rough edits using the retouching tools available like clone layer and heal layer, and then after that you can actually see the before and after. Trying to see this last time in the older version or even the current version before the update. It's difficult, right?
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, it's
I just want to say something. Oh my god, like if let's say they really do come out with a liquify option, right? Let's say if they really come out with it, oh my god, like it will save my life. You know why? Because you know models that I work with, they're always like, no, don't show my raw photos to the world. Then I cannot post like videos of myself. You know how I do post processing Capture One because you know that's the raws ma.
Yeah.
Then they're not very comfortable with how they look. So if I can actually liquify them beforehand and maybe retouch their skin beforehand, and then I show people how I do my post processing, then
Well, that's why I like to do product shoot. The model never complain.
yeah. yeah.
The lipstick's not gonna tell me, hey A-MEZ, can you liquify me? Nah, they're not gonna do that. I'm not sure about liquifying, but okay, for me my most favorite update will actually be the healing tool.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I've been using Capture One since 2016. For those of you who are wondering how I started with Capture One, is basically I was forced to learn it in my own workplace. I learned by myself. I was self-taught, experimenting a lot with the images that I took inside the studio back then. I was actually given about 5 days to conquer Capture One before the actual first shoot with a client. So I was in the studio 5 days straight, trying to learn as much as I can from experimenting. And then eventually I stumbled upon Capture One Pro's YouTube channel and started watching a bit here and there, trying to understand how the software works. And back then, the reason why I was forced to do it is because the studio was actually using Capture One. I was more familiar with Lightroom. And then I bought the Sony A7R II, which does not have any support whatsoever for Lightroom version 6 back then. So I had no choice but to use Capture One Express version 9. That was version 9, you know. And an Express version kind of sucks. There's nothing much I can do. It was decent, but I wanted to do more. So in the end, I just bit the bullet and just upgraded on my personal laptop. But the office already had Capture One 9 Pro. As in Capture One Pro 9. So it was a full version. And I was experimenting with it. And I realized that there is a significant difference in workflow speed and productivity and quality of images represented by Capture One. So I decided, like, you know what? Since Lightroom's not supporting A7R2 yet, I'm just gonna go Capture One full stop. So I started shooting with the Canon 5D Mark III in the studio with Capture One 9, and I realized that shooting tethered is the best thing ever. Right?
Yeah.
you shoot tethered as well, right? I mean, before we met and you were using other software, you were shooting to SD card, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And now with tethering, do you find it easier?
Okay, truth be told, I don't shoot tethered much yet.
Boo.
Not much.
Oh yeah,
yet,
because your
because my buyer sucks.
No, your cable sucks.
The
You have
cable, yeah.
Not used. Okay, for those who are watching, and if you're wondering why Emily has got some issues with her tethering, because she refuses to listen and take a shot at buying a proper tethering cable.
I was a broke student then, okay?
Okay, so you need a headset and new tethering cable. Got it. Okay, so tethering cable wise, I always recommend people to get this brand. This is Tether Tools Pro. It's very useful because they are one of the few brands that are easily accessible in Singapore lah. You can buy it at Allen Photo or Lazada or whatever. There's also another brand called StarTech, I believe. Not bad also, but I couldn't find one that is ready available back then. And that time I got no choice. I had to buy a tethering cable because I kind of broke my other cable. This is what happens when your armchair rolls over your cable lah. Accidents do happen. But one thing I like about tethering cable by Tether Tools is that it's orange in color, so I can see clearly. Not like Emily's one, which is grey. Put on the floor, can't see it. You step on it, koyak.
It's black.
Oh yeah, it's black now. Yeah, there's that as well. While Camera is also selling Tether Tools Pro, apparently, according to Alex Krasser, so you guys in Malaysia can actually check it out as well. Yeah, so Zig says Capture One Pro 10 changed his life. Yes, for us who actually use this on a professional basis, or even as a hobby, Capture One Pro actually manages the software, the images really fast. And I don't know why a lot of people think that Capture One is slow and clunky, but actually it's fast. And Capture One has been around longer than Lightroom actually. Yeah, fun fact.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't realize that. It's just that Capture One is known to be more popular among the professionals, and Lightroom is just readily available. And I have to say this, Lightroom is readily available because it's part of your Photoshop package. I use Photoshop as well. I have Lightroom as well because it's part of the photography bundle, but I just put it there lah. It's just there lah, taking up space. But otherwise, I still stick to Capture One because it's just so much faster. Right now, maybe what I can do is I'm just gonna show Capture One real quickly. This is version 20, not the beta. I'm not allowed to show the beta, and I'm not able to show the latest update whatsoever. Okay, so this is Capture One 20, the current iteration that you can find available to the public at the moment. Oops. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it side by side with Emily so Emily will not disappear. Okay, so why is he always doing that? Okay.
It hates me.
Yeah, it does. Okay, there we go. Right, so this is Capture One Pro 20. Now I know Emily there'll be a bit of lag, you may not be able to see it, but for those people who are using Lightroom, you'll probably go like, hey, interface looks quite scary lah. Not used to it. So I kinda agree. If this is your first time using Capture One, you feel very alienated, you feel very isolated, you feel very lost. When I first used Capture One, I also had problems. In fact, in order to counter that, I realized that under Window, there's this thing called Workspace, and you can see there's a tool here called Migration. Now, I don't know what David said that he said that there's going to be some improvements with regards to conversion. But if you look at the Workspace, some of the folks I've spoken to, they feel that they do not want to switch over to Capture One because the interface looks too scary, too different from the original. So if I click on Migration, right, boom, just drag this on and click Film Strip Mode, and look, it's just like Lightroom. All my adjustments are here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's pretty cool. You really feel like you're using what do you call that? Lightroom. Yeah. So yeah, let me just open up another session so you guys can see what's going on. So the interface will still remain the same. There will be no changes whatsoever. But here we go. Yon ZZZ, nope, there's no history like Lightroom. You can still undo and redo images, but there's no history panel like Lightroom. To be honest, that was one of the first things that I actually asked. Will there be any like history panel support like Lightroom? But eventually I told myself that I don't really need it lah. I got beyond that and I just like don't really need it.
Never needed it. Yeah.
You don't really look at it as something that's very important in Lightroom either. It's good if you're making a lot of mistakes and want to backtrack and find your mistakes and undo your mistakes, but if you start using Capture One, there's some psychological thing that happens in the back of your head that makes you want to achieve perfection in just a few clicks instead of making mistakes along the way. I don't know, that's for me lah. I know it sounds a bit funny, but that's the effect that it has on me, because I, instead of making a lot of changes and then realizing that I made some mistakes like 20 steps behind, I try to avoid something like that, and so I've become more careful, more meticulous with my editing with regards to Capture One. I don't know about you, Emily. Is it the same?
I don't know, I feel like Capture One is already, how to say, let's say you do make a mistake, but Capture One is quite forgiving in a way that it allows you to edit the layers. I mean, you got to make sure that you work in layers as well, lah. You don't just do everything in one layer. Yeah.
Yeah, so like what Wesley said, the healing layer do away with the need for a long list of history, and the very fact that you see like all these layers, okay, they actually, okay lah, this is a very bad example. Okay, let me just do a quick example. Okay, maybe is this a short photo? No, not good.
Never name your layers.
No, that was for another demo, so that's why it wasn't named or anything. I'm just gonna find one. Okay, so this one looks decent. So let's say for example I create a new field layer, and I'm gonna call this overall. Okay, then I'm just gonna increase the brightness and shadows. By the way, this is my friend Wanda. So Wanda is a very awesome friend of mine. She's overseas right now and she's living the life. Yep. So I'm just gonna play around, you know, without actually killing the quality of the image. Yeah, something like that. And I do a little bit of cropping. Maybe I just want to switch it to 6.45.
Oh my god, Yon is still at Capture One Pro 8.
Who's that? Let me see. Okay, let me see the Twitch channel chat.
Upgrade. Time to upgrade.
Yeah, okay. One day I will try it out. I have Capture One Pro 8. Oh my god, you're 12 versions behind. Yon, it's okay, man. You're living in Singapore, right? Tomo Hitogo is actually from Tomo Hitogo on Twitch right now is actually Eugene from Bronx, Singapore. He does have a Capture One Pro on sale. Do check out his page. I think I put out the link previously. I will put the link up again later on, so you can take a look at that as well. Yeah, you can buy a copy from him and enjoy Capture One Pro 20. All right, and I think I'm gonna do like a special, Emily. You know what? I'm gonna do like let's say for example, next Tuesday we're gonna have Sales Chong on this channel. We're gonna do a live stream, and he's gonna talk about Phase 1 and Capture One. From next Friday onwards, I am gonna do a Capture One tutorial episode every Friday at 8 p.m. I think that'll be quite fun, and it'll be covering Capture One 20 to the latest version, and I'll just cover things like the import, working with images, playing around with stuff, and then after that, just basically have fun with Capture One and show how to use Capture One. How about that?
Nice.
Yeah, and I'll do it like snippets, so it's easier to do rather than I do run one-on-one classes as well, and that one costs money, but this one I'm going to do it for free. We're going to make it like a very short kind of presentation, something like that. How about that? I think that would be quite interesting. So,
yeah, do that.
Yeah, let's do that, right?
I think the reason why a lot of people don't dare to get Capture One is because they're not familiar with it. So if you're providing like short tutorials on how they can get started, I think that will help a lot. Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Yon just checked his Phase 1 account is still active. Yeah, of course, the Phase 1 active. Phase 1 account is forever active. Okay, so let's say I have this image right now, and then I want to do like color grading. Okay, so I will now create another field layer, and I'm just gonna call this color grading. One of my habits is I actually like to play the exposures on one layer and another one on color grading on another layer as well. So it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my normal interface. I cannot stand this. Okay, where is? Oh, okay, my Capture One just jumped to my other screen. I'm gonna drag it back. Yeah, because I actually have two screens right now, so that's why it's kind of funny lah. Oi, Windows is. Why is it not anchoring? It's just sliding to my other. You know what? Okay. You know what I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, stupid Windows. Okay, so. Windows also like that. Got love-hate relationship. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna do some color grading for fun. That Instagram look, a lot of people favor. Okay, so let's say I made a mistake lah. Then no, okay. Zeke, to be honest, when I do tutorials and all that, I don't use shortcuts because shortcuts will not benefit the users who are watching it in any way. I need to show them really from the thing here. But oh, you're talking about Windows. No, okay. See, when I do Windows left, it jumps to my other screen because I'm actually on dual screen right now. So that one still useless lah. Except now my capture one disappeared. It literally jumped to the other side. Okay, there we go. Finally, it's working again. Yeah, so it's kind of jumping onto my left screen instead. The Windows shortcut key also only works if I'm on a single screen and I'm streaming on two screens, so there's that problem. Yeah. Okay, so let's say for example, what Yon's concern was there's no history panel and all that. And if I don't like the color grading, all I have to do is just uncheck it and that's it. It's gone. So it's even more robust lah. Yeah, Zig, I know. I'm actually dual monitoring right now, but I have a lot of apps already open and locked to some anchors, so it's like kind of I don't know. I'll probably figure it out later lah. And at the same time, I'm trying to make sure that Zoom stays on this side. Zoom also tried to jump just now. Okay, so this is one of the ways that you can actually do it without having the need for history panel. All right. You just need to ease yourself into the Capture One workflow. I mean, like for example, Emily, when you first started out, you were also coming from. No, you were not even using Lightroom. You were using something else. Camera Raw.
Camera Raw.
Wow, you psycho, are you?
Okay. But I did use Lightroom for a few months.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I did. But I never liked the interface.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't like it. So when I switched to Capture, I'm like, this is for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why.
So I guess it's just a matter of time when you just need to get used to the interface and then eventually feel that this is the workflow for you. Because to be honest, when you work with Capture One in this kind of interface, right? Like I said, at first coming in from Lightroom, it did feel difficult. It did feel very daunting, and for me, to be honest, when I first started out at Lightroom, if you look at one of my behind the scenes videos, the Diablo pre-wedding shoot that I did for my clients, in one of the scenes there was actually a screenshot of my laptop, and on it was showing Capture One version 10, I think, and the browser was actually at the bottom as opposed to be at the right side. So that was how I was using it because I wanted to make it look like Lightroom. Yeah, so that was that lah. So now I switch over to Capture One and I use the commonly used current interface, and I realized that okay lah, it's so much easier. I feel much better now also. Yeah, so that's that lah. How fast would you say took you or rather how fast would you say that a user on average will get used to Capture One's interface?
How fast? I got used to it quite quickly, to be honest. Because I actually found it quite simple to use. I would say like if you use it often, right? Let's say you're processing a lot of photos, you're just playing around. I would say within 2 weeks you should be able to switch entirely.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Even for most of the people I spoke to who converted from Lightroom to Capture One, for example, they always say things like it took them about 1 week of extensive use to get used to it. Like for example, some of my friends who were using Lightroom at first, then they made the switch to Capture One. The first few days they will complain, they feel very lost, but eventually they got used to it and they just go like, hey, I can't really get over how good Capture One is, so they made the switch lah. So let's say for example, some of the things that are missing on the previous version of Capture One, one thing I like about landscape photography, because this shot was made by my brother when he was in Iceland, right? There's this thing called Luma Curves, which really helps with masking. I mean, like, check this out. You're actually able to mask the sky without having to use brush tools. That is just amazing. Just do a quick one here.
Oh damn, okay, that's a function I haven't used yet.
Yeah, so notice the masking is only done for the sky. So if I were to do this, I'm just affecting the sky without the rest of the land. And that's how fast I can just bring back the details, and everything else is still the same. So that's pretty good. This is some of the things that are featured in the latest versions of Capture One, I think 12 onwards, that really helps with landscape photography editing. So if you are into landscape photography editing and you want to recover skylight or clouds or even change the color grading for the sky, like so,
Yeah.
you can just do that here without even going into Photoshop. So this is something. Yeah, Kaito Des, you don't have to manually mask the sky anymore. Alright, so these are some of the updates that are present in the latest version of Capture One, 12 onwards, and with 20, there's gonna be more updates. And to be honest, I actually know about some of them, but I just can't talk about them yet because of NDA. But like what David said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's more coming up, and Capture One is probably gonna surprise us further. Yeah. So, so for let's say okay, the other thing is Capture One actually tends to listen to the users. So if the users actually have got some ideas and suggestions on how to use or how to better improve the software, they can always go to the support channel and actually write in a ticket and say that you like to have some features included. So like let's say for example Wesley says that Capture One please support PSB files. Now PSB files are massive files that go beyond TIFF limitations. You can go and create files beyond 4 GB, I think. Very good for large picture sizes, large pictures, shot with maybe medium format cameras and with composites and all that. Multiple layers. You know how it is. You have a very huge poster or something like that, and you gotta work with PSB files because they are gone beyond the PSD limitations. If you find that this is something that's useful, maybe you want it very badly, have a community of people who want to have the similar feature, and just write into support. Maybe they will do something about it. All right. Yeah, Zik, same here. I had a PSB file and I couldn't open it. I thought it was my fault. Then I realized that it wasn't supported. Disappointing, yes, but 2 gig. Yeah, so more than 2 gig. Yeah, so PSB just wasn't able to be featured lah. So I did find a workaround. I do have the PSB source file saved, but in order to open it up in Capture One, I flatten some layers so that it will still be able to be saved as a TIFF or PSD file regardless, depending on what I want to use. But this will work regardless of whether your file is original PSB or not, because I just kept the file size down and I'm still able to open it in Capture One. So that's a workaround that I use now lah. Whether or not there's gonna be losses in quality, so far I haven't detected any. Yeah, so it's still okay. So Luma masking is something that you can use in the later version of Capture One. Another thing that I love about Capture One, for version 20, I think Emily, you also like this. You spoke about this in your Instagram, I think.
Is it the black and white?
The black and white is one thing, but the color editor, the new one, the basic color editor is so much easier to use. So it's like you can just change. Wait, I don't have it here. Okay, so you can change the hues for the yellow tones and all that. Here is not so much, but I always use advanced. I don't like the basic.
Yeah, I use advanced as well.
Yeah, so let's say for example,
advanced can fine tune better.
Correct. So let's say if I want to only work on the brown, so when I click on view selected color range, I can only see the blue, the brown color, not brown color, brown color of the shot. So let's say I extend it further. Yeah, so you can see only the branches are selected. So if I were to change the saturation, I'm going to give it a very brownish kind of tone, increase the lightness a little bit. And if I turn this off, turn off the view selected color range, I can see that the entire screen is totally affected by my changes here. But the only prominent ones that you can spot are those on the areas where the color is affected. The rest of the image still remains the same. So this is something that's really useful. The color editor is just so useful.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, so I can change and so on and so forth. The other thing I like about the black and white is that channel wise it's very, very useful. So I'm just gonna find this shot. I love this shot. This reminds me of Prometheus. Alright, so this is the...
Was this in Japan?
No, Iceland.
Iceland?
Yes. So I'm gonna make it a black and white shot. Okay. So this is black and white. First things first, I'm gonna reduce the highlights real quickly so I can get back the details around here. So you can see the lines here is pretty decent, I think. And then I can see a little bit of the waterfall better as well. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to increase the structure and clarity so I can see the sharpness, because my brother's shot I think wasn't really that sharp lah. So I'm just going to increase the structure a little bit. Structure actually sharpens the lines, and clarity bumps up the highlights and the lines also, but yeah, I'm going to keep it to a minimum. I'm not going to push it beyond whatever is necessary. Reduce the white a bit so I can pull back more details of the this thing, the waterfall, right? And now going back to the black and white, I'm not going to touch contrast at all. But I'm going to play around with the color channels, which will affect the shots. So you can see if I move the reds, the grass patches here are affected, right? So the blues will actually increase the contrast of the shadows. And just play around, find the spots. Yep. There we go. Okay. Then after that, I will just play around with the contrast also, just to give you a bit more edge. So this one here is the Luma curve. This is something that's very unique to Capture One. So Luma curves will actually affect only the ins and outs, the brightness of the images without affecting the tonality of the colors. But in this case, black and white, it doesn't really matter lah. But yeah, so I can just pull back as much as I can for the shadows to go deeper and punchier. And at the same time, I just pull back some of the shadows so I see more of the rocks. Yeah, so that's that. So for landscape photography, this is something that's very useful. Alright, and again, you can actually still play around with the Luma masking tool. So in this case, I'm just going to mark up only the water.
Okay. Freaking fast, eh?
Yeah, it's very fast. It's very, very fast. So I can actually pull back more of the water. See? Pulling more of the sky and the details and all that. But for those people who really want to go in, you can press M. You see the mask, right? And now you can press E, or you erase, right? Use the eraser tool to erase. Let me just increase the opacity. You can actually erase everything here, so it will go back to its norm. And I'm just going to affect the water. I'm not even going to affect the sky. I'm just playing around the water luminosity. Yeah. And look, that's it. Quite a decent photo, I must say. Yeah, so this is something that you can play around with the latest version of Capture One. You can play around with Luma Mask, you can play around with the new color editor tool, and I like the whole interface. It's a lot more sleek compared to the old chunky version of Capture One 9 and before. Alright. So again, if you guys have not tried Capture One, you can actually go here. Okay, let me just show. Ooh, big mouth. Okay, so you can actually go to. Let me just type it out for you. Okay, you can go to capture1.com, and you can actually go to the download section. Okay, or try it now section. I'm gonna put the link here, and you can try out Capture One for 30 days, full featured, free trial for 30 days. And if you're interested, you can actually buy from our partners. Okay, so this is from Singapore. You can buy Capture One Pro 20 from our partner Brown Color Singapore. They do have a special, I believe, right now on the e-store, so do check it out. And for our friends in Malaysia, you can buy Capture One from Wild Camera. They do have a special as well. Okay, at 950 ringgit. That's pretty good price. Sigma Malaysia, do give them a like, do message them. They do sell Capture One along with their cameras. So if you want to buy a Sigma FP or lenses or something like that, maybe you can get a good deal from them as well. And if you're from Indonesia, you can actually go to Prima Imaging. This is the link. You can check it out. And if you're a gamer, you want to build your own computer, I highly recommend the Roku from Typhoon Systems Asia. So you can actually go to the link here straight away. Make your new gaming PC epic. Customize it to your needs. Then after that, remember to include Capture One as part of the bundle. You can save a lot of money. Capture One is available at only $268 if you buy a computer from Typhoon Systems. So at about 1.3 plus 268, so about less than 1.5k, you get a new system with Capture One Pro 20, and you can get the free update once it's out with within the month. I think that will be really, really interesting. Okay, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. This has been a very very epic session where we look at the new features that's coming out with Capture One 20. I mean, like, Emily, you've been using Capture One for how many years now? 1.5? 2 years?
No, 2.
2 years? Oh, that's fast, right?
2 years, 2 years.
Time
Yeah,
flies
very
fast, right?
fast.
So, how much of an impact has Capture One been for your workflow?
Huge.
Massive.
Like, you know, now that I go back and look at my old works, right? Those from before 2018, I'm like,
I think
just
maybe
delete everything.
I think maybe Emily, what you can do is you look at your old photos,
Re-edit them, right?
re-edit them. Yeah.
Yes, I know. That's what I plan to do actually.
Yeah,
I wanna try.
because to be honest, those people that I worked with before, what they do with Capture One Pro 20 is that they actually revisit old files from whenever. Like for example, the other day I had one guy who opened up a raw file from his Canon 5D Mark II of a shot taken in 2012. So he said that running with the new engine on Capture One 20, you can do a lot more, and he's actually seeing details that he never thought were available.
I actually did a before and after. I can show it to you.
Oh really?
I'm
You
trying
have it
to
now?
find it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay,
did it.
then you can share it real quickly. Is it a cosplay
Yeah.
shot or is it one of your latest works?
No, it's old work from 2017, and then I did like a re-edit.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but I posted it some time back. You continue talking first. Let me go look for it. Okay, I found it.
Oh, I was about to talk.
Sorry.
Okay, share screen. Make sure you share the app and not your screen. Don't click the wrong button.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Let me
nobody wants to
find-
see your unglam photos
Hey,
taken with May too.
can you see?
Oh, okay. So the first one on top was actually done with Camera Raw and Photoshop, and the second one was just
Yeah.
purely Capture One.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a huge
The
difference. You can
difference,
actually-
right?
Yeah, you can see the more details in the shield, especially, and even the weapon. You can see more details like the lines, the etching. I think, wow, and you process the image such that the eyes are a lot more alive now.
Yeah, right.
The
Like
catch-
the gleam in the eyes is so much
Yeah,
brighter now.
exactly. The catchlight on the eyes are so
Yeah.
much more defined as opposed to this. You should share this photo again in the Phase One group. Yeah, in case for those
Oh,
people
can I?
who, yeah, sure, why not? So
Okay.
okay, can I stop your sharing? Yes, I can.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
I'm so powerful. Okay, so what I'm going to introduce now to the viewers is basically there we go. Basically a group called Phase One and Capture One Asia Pacific. So this group I've started, it's really to cater to Phase One camera users as well as Capture One users. So you can share your works here if you use Capture One or Phase One cameras. Feel free to share it with other members. It is quite interesting to note that you have friends, you can make friends from all over Asia here. We have people in as far as Vietnam, Indonesia, China, Hong Kong, Korea, all in this group, and you know, just sharing stuff or even like learning and looking at stuff. Okay, so this is a Facebook group where you can actually share that particular image that you did with the cosplay shot, just to show the difference between your workflow. I think that would be quite interesting.
Can we invite people into it even though
Yes,
they
yes.
haven't used Capture One yet?
Yeah, I always tell people, try to interact with one another, make friends,
Okay.
get to know other people. I think this is one of the best ways to create and foster a learning community as well, right? Okay, so anyway, let's talk about next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is gonna be really epic. We're gonna have Sales Chong himself, Phase One Global Ambassador, join us all the way from China. He's gonna be live with us at 8 p.m. on the 12th of May. Emily, I really hope you can join us as well to watch the live stream. I'll be on
Yeah.
with
I'll be there.
yeah, I'll be on with Sales as well as Eugene from Brown Colour Singapore, and we're gonna have an evening of a very epic proportion. We're gonna talk about his journey with the Phase One camera, because to him, to search for the ultimate camera system as well as software system that will actually help him with his workflow and realize his dreams, has been a very tough journey for him. But eventually he came to this juncture where he learned that there is a system that can integrate both hardware and software in a seamless way and help him realize his vision. And that's the Phase One and Capture One software, Phase One camera as well as the Capture One software. So he's gonna talk about that journey of his during this live stream. So that's gonna happen live. And Emily, you also recently became a member of the PPAS.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Professional
February.
Photographers Association of Singapore. Alright. So this is pps.sg. I'm gonna put the link on the what do you call that? On the Twitch stream as well as the Facebook Live, so you guys can see what's going on. And this is actually a call to action. You can come and join us as well as members. There are benefits to becoming a member if you click on the join button. And you scroll down. Okay, it lists the type of membership that you have in PPAS. So Emily, you're a general member, right? I think.
No, I think I'm just a social.
Oh, that's under general, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
So
is it?
yeah,
Ah,
so
okay.
you're a casual photographer without a registered business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for full membership like myself, I'm actually a full member. I actually pay $120 a year to retain my membership, but you will have a lot of access to so many options, and we're trying to work it such that there will be a very special addition to being what do you call it, uh, a member. All right. So for members in PPS, we will try to make it such that you will receive a special package where it covers insurance for yourself as well as your gear, and that's gonna happen soon. We're working on it. We're working with the authorities, and we hope that more people will join us as well. We will be having a special panel coming up in the next few weeks where we have members of the exco of PPS with members of the client side, the business side. We're gonna talk about stuff relating to the business and photography industry. And I think one of the things that makes it very special, being a member of PPS, you actually get a tour of some of the studios here together with the rest of us, attend meetings and all that to find out more about how the photography business industry is moving forward. Get to know members. We got so many other members here. The lists are all here. Even Zhang Jingnan, Emotion is in this list. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, then if you want to, you can actually read some of the articles written by our members as well. And these are actually very useful articles because they do give a leg up to your business in photography. So if you are an aspiring photographer trying to go professional, trying to figure out how else you can learn, what else you can learn to improve your standing in terms of business, understanding in terms of the business of photography, this is where you can go. You can actually also go to James Little business calculator, which does massive things. Okay, it's a small little page, but it does a lot because this actually tells you how much you should be charging your clients, how much you should be earning in a year in order to pay off your monthly business expenses as well as your other business expenses like your taxes, your CPF contribution, your MediShield, things like that. And this actually is very helpful because it says that the big question is, like Emily, even you yourself asked me this before, how much should I charge for a shoot?
Yeah.
This calculator will solve it for you. It will tell you exactly how much you should be charging your clients so that you can keep your head above the water and not drown in the rates when it comes to
This is so
business.
useful.
Yeah, it's very, very useful. Yeah, so do check out the PPS website. There are a lot of things coming up, but because of COVID-19, a lot of things are kind of put on hold. But if there's more of us congregating together under the same umbrella within this association, we'll have a bigger voice and we can reach out to more authority figures and try to have a very positive change within the industry. Because right now, to be honest, the photography industry is kind of, I would say it's in a very negative flux and anything like that, but I think it can be better, especially when it comes to protection of photographers' rights.
There's too many random monkeys around.
I did say that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be very honest. Yeah. It's,
So
we need to
yeah,
stop.
we will definitely have you know that members of PPS are expected to have a certain level of competency when it comes to photography. So the standards must be high, and you definitely would not be a lawbreaker. You're not gonna go out and eat bak kut teh after coming back from overseas. That's that. Okay. So anyway. Anyway, thank you so much, Emily, for joining us today. This has been a very interesting video. So, those of you guys watching at home, tell me, is this something that you guys like? A reaction video done live? This is our first time doing it. I think it's quite experimental still. If you guys like to see Emily and myself do reaction videos to photo works, even maybe get people to send photo works for reviews, we can do a live critique or something like that. The two of us sit down here and share with you how we can improve each other's works. I think it'll be quite interesting as well. Or even talk about our behind the scenes, during some episodes. If you guys think that this is something that you'd like to see more of, do let us know, or even write in the suggestion box to tell us what you feel about the current content that I put up here. Or if you have any suggestions on how to make the channel better, or even who you want to see or I can bring into the show, put a name in as well. Okay? So Emily, thank you so much for joining us. I will see you again soon.
Yeah.
I think this has been a very fun episode.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is your first time also watching the update, right? The two of us were
Yeah, it's first time.
yeah, the two of us were like, okay, you know what? There's a new update. Let's talk about it. No, let's do it live. So this is what happened today. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, Emily. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay, so for everyone else, again next Tuesday we're gonna have a very special episode of the Amazing Life Show. So do follow the channel. Okay, the follow button's over here. If you're on Twitch, if you're on Facebook, just hit the like button on my Facebook page so you can actually be notified when I come online, and have Sales Chong and Eugene on this channel. So if you have any questions whatsoever you want to ask Sales, now's the time to compile them and then ask them. And of course, I'm pretty sure that it will be quite flooded on that day, so we try our best to keep it sane. All right. Yeah, so anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. For our Muslim viewers who are watching right now, selamat berbuka puasa. For everyone else, do take care, stay safe during these difficult times. I know it's still in the midst of the pandemic. I really hope that everyone is all right. Yeah, I really hope to see you guys next Tuesday. So again, follow, like, subscribe, share. All right, we need to see more people come onto the show, and keep the chat box alive. I love it when people chat and talk even nonsense, just chat. All right. So there's that as well. All right, and with that, take care. Bye bye.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation.
On 3, 1, 2.
Come with